students, welcome to Lead by Learning by Palak Puri. In the previous sessions, I have discussed reserve words, identifiers and data types. So in this session, I will be discussing about literals. You can see in this expression int x is equal to 10, where int equals to data type or a keyword, x is the name of the variable or it is an identifier, and this 10 is a constant. The value of 10 is assigned to the variable x. So this constant value is also known as literal. The definition of literal would be a constant value which can be assigned to a variable is called a literal. There are different ways to specify literal values. So first I will be discussing about integral literals. In integral literals we have data types byte, short, int, long. So first type is decimal form, in which we can write literal in the form of decimal. So int x is equal to 10. This 10 is a literal and it is written in the form of decimal. The base for decimal is 10 and the values are 0, allowed values are 0 to 9. Next we have octal literal, in which we write in the octal form. The base is 8 and the allowed values are 0 to 7. If I write this int x is equal to 10, this is a decimal form. If I want to convert this decimal form into octal form, so I need to prefix the literal with the 0. So 10 is prefixed with 0 and it is becomes an octal form. For example, 20, if I add 0 at the end, this 20 will become 200, which is a decimal. But if I add 0 at the front, it will become an octal number. Next we have hexadecimal numbers. Similarly as octal, we have another way. The base here is 16. If I write int x is equal to 10, this is again a decimal form, and if I want to convert this decimal form into hexadecimal form, then I need to prefix the literal with the 0x. So this 10 is prefixed with 0x and it becomes a hexadecimal form. So the allowed values are 0 to 9 and a to f, that is total of 16. So we have seen three ways to specify integral data types. First one is decimal form, in which we have base 10 and allowed values are 0 to 9. Next octal form, in which we have base 8 and allowed values are 0 to 7. And next we have hexadecimal form, in which we have base 16 and allowed values are 0 to 9 and a to f. For examples, if I see int x is equal to 10, it is a valid because it is a valid decimal form. Next, int x is equal to 0786, it is invalid because octal form does not contain 8. The range of octal is up to 7. So you can see 077 is valid here. Next, if I write int x is equal to 0x face, so it is again a valid hexadecimal literal. Next we have 0xBER, so this 0x means it is a hexadecimal. Next we have 0xBEER. It is invalid because hexadecimal values contain only up to f. It does not contain r. So look at this program, class test. So we have a main method in which we are defining three variables: x is equal to 10, y is equal to 010, which is octal form, and z is equal to 0x10, which is hexadecimal form. So if I see the output, the value of x would be 10, right? And you can say the value of y is equal to 10. No, because octal form will first convert this 10 into a decimal form and then the output will be given. So the conversion of octal to decimal form is like this. This is 0 into 8 raised to 4. This is a conversion from octal to decimal. So the output of y would be 8. Similarly, the output of z would be first it has to be converted into hexadecimal form. This hexadecimal has to be converted into decimal form. So hexadecimal, this is hexadecimal to decimal conversion. So the output of z would be 16. So octal and hexadecimal are first need to be converted into decimal. Next we have seen integral literals. If we want to specify integral literals, we have seen the default value for these are int. So if you want to specify integral literals in long data type, we have to just suffix L with the literal. So it would be 10L, 010, 0 for octal, 0x10L for hexadecimal. Now we'll see some more examples. Int x is equal to 10, it is a decimal form, it is valid. Long x is equal to 10L, it is valid. 8x is equal to 10l, invalid because long has 8 data type bytes and int has 4 bytes. So 8 bytes cannot be stored in 4 bytes. Next we have long x is equal to 10. It is valid because 4 bytes of int can be stored in 8 bytes of lang. So these are the few examples. Next, if you want to specify, we have seen for long. So if you want to specify integral literals as byte or short type, can we write same as long, like suffixing it with b or s? No, there is no direct way to specify byte and short types. Byte we can only write by using indirect way, like we use byte data type and value should be in the range of byte data type, and so with the same as with the short. So byte b equals to 10, it is valid. Byte b is equal to 127 is valid. Byte b is equal to 128 is not valid because 8 is not in the range of byte. Then short s is equal to 32767 is valid. 32768 is invalid because this is not in the range of short. So we have talked about integral literals. Next we have floating point literals. Suppose float f is equal to 123.675. Is this valid or invalid? In Java it is invalid because by default every floating point literal is of double type. So this is a double type and double type cannot be stored in a float f which is of 4 bytes. So float f is equal to 123.4675 is valid. We can specify floating point literal as float type by suffixing capital F or small f. Next, double d is equal to 123.675 is valid. Double d is equal to 1.367. If we write or we suffix d, it is again valid, but we don't need to write it. Next, we have float f equals to 123.675. It is d. It is invalid because d cannot. The 8 bytes cannot be stored in 4 bytes. So these are the examples. Next example is double d equals to 123.456. Next is double d is equal to 0123.456, which is an octal form. Next we have double d is equal to 0x123.456, which is a decimal exact decimal form. So first one is valid, second is valid, but third one is invalid. Why? Because we can specify floating point literals in only decimal form. So second one is double d 0123.456 in floating point literal. It will be treated as a decimal value, not an octal value, and the third one will not be valid in the floating point literals. Important examples. If I write double d equals to 0777, so this is valid because this is not a, there is no point, or this is not a floating point literal. It is a integer literal, and integer can be stored in a double value. Next we have a octal literal. Octal literal can be stored in a double data type, but you can see in this case octal exceeds the range and it is having 8, so it is invalid. Next we have double d 0xb. It is again valid because octal literal can be stored in double. So if you see this example, double d equals to 10, it is same as assigning integer to double, and the output we get as 10.0. So next example is double d is equal to 0787.0 because it is having a decimal point. So this octal is invalid in Java because octal floating point number cannot be assigned to the double. Next we have double d, which is 0x face 0.0. Again this point is invalid in Java. Next we have Boolean literals. In Boolean literals, the only allowed values are true or false. For example, if I write Boolean b equals to true, then it is valid. Other than that, if I write Boolean b equals to 0, it is invalid because the allowed values are only true and false. Next, if I write Boolean b equals to capital true, it is not an keyword because it is having capital T. Boolean b equals to double quotes true, it is again invalid. Next we have char literals. First is char ch is equal to single quote b. We can specify char literals as single character within single quotes. If I write char ch is equal to a, it is invalid because it is not having single quotes. If I write char ch is equal to double quotes a, it is again invalid. Next, if I write char ch is equal to single quote AB, it is invalid because A in unclosed character literal, which means A after A there should be a single quote, right? Next we have char ch is equal to 97. It is valid because character has a corresponding Unicode value, that is A has a 97, so it is valid. So C char ch, if I write is equal to 97, the output I get is A, so it is a valid. We can specify char as integral literal, and this integral literal should be in char range, that is from 0 to 65535. For example, if I write char ch is equal to 0777, it is valid because it is in the range of 65535. Next, if I write char ch is equal to 65536, it is invalid because it is not in the range of char. Next, if I write ch is equal to 0x FAC, it is again valid because it is in the range of char. We can also specify char literals in Unicode representation. Unicode representation means single quote slash backslash U X X X X. So this XXX is 4-digit hexadecimal number. So for example, the corresponding Unicode value for A is 97. To represent 97 as Unicode value in char literal, convergence from hexadecimal to conversion from decimal to hexadecimal is required. So the conversion is like this: 97 hexadecimal is to be converted into decimal form. So this is at the conversion, and the final output is 61 is a hexadecimal number. So char ch is equal to backslash U 0061. Next, every escape character is a valid character literal. For example, if I write char ch is equal to single quotes backslash n is valid, backslash t is valid, backslash m is invalid because backslash m is not any valid escape character. Next, we have 8 escape characters: backslash n is for new line, backslash t is for horizontal tab, backslash r is for carriage return. Then we have backslash b for backspace character. Then we have backslash f for form feed. Single quote is for single quote, backslash double quote is for double quote, and double backslash is for backslash symbol. So if I write system.out.println, this is a single quote symbol, this is invalid because this single quote is not having the backslash. So if I write like this, it is valid. Next, if I write system.out.println, this is double quote symbol, this is again invalid. It should be written as this is backslash double quote symbol because this backslash is the character. Then we have binary literals. Until 1.6 version, there were only 3 ways to represent, like we have decimal, octal and hexadecimal. But from 1.7 version, we can specify literal values in binary form also. So the allowed values are 0 and 1. And literal value should be prefixed with 0, capital B or small b. So for example, int x is equal to 0, b, double 1, double 1. So if the output I get is 15 because 15 1 1 1 represents 15. Now this diagram will specify the assignment. Byte of 1 B can be assigned to short of 2 bytes. Char 2 bytes can be assigned to int 4 bytes. Int 4 bytes can be assigned to long 8 bytes. Long 8 bytes can be assigned to 4 bytes, and 4 bytes can be assigned to double 8 bytes. Now the confusion here is if I write float f is equal to 10L. L is of 8 bytes and float is of 4 bytes. So this is valid in Java. The output we'll get is 10.0. But long is 8 bytes and float is 4 bytes. So there is a confusion. Now I'll give an example. Suppose there are 2 rooms R1 in which we have 100 chairs. And on a single chair, one person is allowed to sit. So we can say on 100 chairs, 100 persons will sit. And there is another room R2 in which we have 50 chairs, and on one chair there are 2 persons that can sit. So again we have 100 persons. So you can see number of persons in both the rooms are same, that is 100 persons, but the number of or count of chairs in both the rooms are different. R1 has 100 count and R2 has 50, which means internal implementation for both the rooms is different. Similarly, in this diagram, we represent integer numbers in memory, or we implement floating numbers in memory. The both internal implementation is different for both the cases. So this way we can represent, we can assign float of 4 bytes to long of 8 bytes because internal implementation is different in both the cases. Thank you. If you have any query related to this, you can mail at, you can comment in the comment box, or you can also mail at palakpuri40004@gmail.com. If you are liking the videos, kindly like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.